Okay, so this is just a short video to look at some of the things with the language around the language that we use to talk about the number 0. Now this might sound really simple, 0 is 0, but it's something that's come up, questions from students, as well as in discussions amongst the members of the Barley STEM SIG. So it's something I'd like to just have a little look at. So first of all, how do we say this number? Well, there are several ways. We could say 0, 0, 0, or nil. But which ones do we use and when do we use them? Can we use them interchangeably? Could you just decide to use 0 in one place and 0 in another and nil in another? Well, actually, when we look at this in more detail, you'll see that no, we can't use them all completely interchangeably. 0 can be used in most places, but in some places would really sound quite forced. A place where we tend to use 0 but not 0, 0 or nil is around temperature. It's 0 degrees. 0 or 0 can tend to be used for around decimals. So 0.567 or 0.567. Possibly in Britain, 0 is more common, but it might depend on the individual, where in the world they are, or 0.01 in our other example there. Another way that we sometimes use to say 0 is O. It wouldn't usually be used though with temperature or around decimal points in numbers. Most typically it's used sort of in things like telephone numbers, 079 blah blah blah. Then nil is again a bit different. We tend to use that, but perhaps the most obvious example you might think of is in sports, like 0-0 in the football match. The result was 0-0. Or in medicine, you could say nil by mouth, which means that you're not allowed to eat anything, perhaps before a medical procedure or whilst taking some medication. Nil meaning nothing. So as we've seen, 0, the number, there are different ways to say it, but it does depend on the specific use you're making and also perhaps where in the world you're using it and talking about it.